YouTuber right now.
Everyone thinks you're a celebrity. Is that what it is? Everyone's like, "Whoa, he must be a YouTuber." It's pretty fancy.
YouTuber. YouTuber.
No, I wouldn't use those exact words.
I even got a
Anyways,
I even got a nice background. Look at this, dude. I'm taking pictures right here.
I mean, yeah, it looks good. It looks like you know, you look like you're about to do a vlog, an update on the
Yeah.
channel. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Hey, welcome back, guys. It's XYZ exhibit.
Why would XYZ exhibit?
XYZ exhibit. Here sound like a pit my ride.
The episode where he pimps out or he puts an Xbox in the car. That was a great one. I'm not gonna lie. I loosened up my mic and now I'm scared. This is a stupid thing. Anyways, it's already recording, so yeah.
Cool.
Without further ado, I don't even know how to start this. I didn't even tell you the name of the show, dude.
I don't care.
I didn't tell you the name of the show.
You can name it whatever you want.
The
Name it
Jmex
whatever you
Hour
want.
is it okay if I name it the Jmex Hour?
Don't call it anything.
You said you could name it what I want. I thought I just
No.
named it the Jmex Hour. Okay, no, I literally called this thing super last minute and decided to call it off the record because some of these things are off the record. Nobody really knows about it. I mean, if you look yourselves up on Wikipedia or the Smashopedia that hasn't been edited in the past, I don't know, maybe like a year or so. I think so. Yeah, it hasn't been. What's with the slow pass?
I don't know, dude. Trying to make your content more interesting. You know what I mean?
All right. So if you guys don't know who this is, look at this. This is like a photo perfect. So if you guys don't know who this is, this lovely handsome young gentleman right here is Jmex, aka I actually don't know how to pronounce your last name. How do I pronounce your last name?
You don't have to.
Come on. If I say it wrong and you get mad, that's your fault.
The Spanish pronunciation is chacon. People just say chacon.
Chacon.
So either one.
All right, so this here is James Chacon, and if I'm not mistaken, co-founder of 2GG, right? 2G Gaming.
Yeah.
My good friend here, also very famous for running several streams on several majors. Also has a pretty funny streak between him and Hugs, but that's a conversation for another
Oh my
time.
god. I'm bringing up all these old things.
Dude, that's not old. What the heck?
This is 10 years old.
No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it's 10 years old, but I mean, like, oh, a 10-year anniversary. You should have hit up Hugs.
I mean, that was just a guess. I don't know if it actually is 10 years or not.
If
Probably
it is,
longer, actually.
If it is,
Probably longer.
If it was 10 years, I should have told you. You should have gone to the roast of Hugs, literally gone up on that stage and be like, yo, remember this time? And he just would have had flashbacks. Anyways.
Yeah, he would have remembered, yeah.
But see, that's a subject that's off the record. Nobody knows what that is. That's the purpose of the show, right? To bring things that are kind of off the record and just go ahead and give you a general interview of yourself and the things you do and the life you live and give you a more human side to who you are.
So is this going to be called Smash Off the Record?
No. I thought about that. I was like, no, it's just called Off the Record. It's just literally called Off the Record.
But if it's off the record, we're talking about it, so it's on the record now.
Yeah, that's why. I don't know, man. That's the name. Well, it'll change as time goes. It'll change as time goes. That's for sure. That's
right.
one of those deals. If the name just sounds, I don't know, redundant, which you just made it sound like it was, it'll change. But yeah, for the most part, all right. How did that actually? That's the question I wanted to know.
Okay.
What can you tell me? What was it like? Where did the idea come from to start 2GG? Like, what made you guys start it all together? Or are there original members, or has it always been the classic crew?
No. It started unofficially in like 2004, maybe 2005. It wasn't 2GG. It was just a group of friends, all high school friends, and everybody just loved Smash. Like Champ was the one that was the first dude in the community, in Smash community, and he, so he had Smash community, and then he went to high school, whatever. He had his high school friends, and so like myself and a bunch of other people, mutuals, I guess, as you would call them. He introduced us to Smash, whatever. We played at his house for X amount of months, and he said, "You guys should, you guys are getting better." He would literally train all of us. Like, all right, we had what was it called? We had an old crew name from like all the high school friends called
nice.
You just don't know. That was the old crew name, and like we had like what were the tags? Our friends' tags were like, I can't even remember. Bonkai Stranger.
Wow.
Like, just cringe names, man, but it was good times.
That's an anime name.
One dude's name Grub Nasty or something. Anyway, but I like that. That dude's cool. Anyway, so like, whenever we got into the Smash community, we competed. We all saw with everybody. We thought we were the hot-ish. We went, we got smacked, like it always happens. And we liked the community. We started going more often. We did the mango juice, and I think that was like the first unofficial 2GG tournament that we did with like the original, like, I guess, founders, quote unquote. But it was more of like, we helped run bracket, we helped, move things along. At the same time, we had like a little food, beverage area, and we would sell snacks and stuff. So like, it was, in a way, it was very similar to a 2GG event now, but way more grassroots, even though I technically still consider what we do now to be grassroots. But it was way more grassroots. It was way more like just kind of people, like friends hanging out, just running and hosting an event. And eventually, people from the groups, like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
I have things to do, whatever, which was fine. Dwindled down to a couple people, and then ultimately it's Champ and I. So, yep.
It's pretty cool. I mean, it sounds like a traditional 2GG event, just with minus 16 years technology, I guess.
Yeah. So like back then, like for the Mango, we didn't stream it. We didn't touch any of the broadcast stuff. So like I think that's when the Wombo Combo happened, and we didn't stream that event. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's because it was in San Bernardino. I specifically remember it was in a church, or the church, whatever, the auditorium thing. And yeah, man, that event was awesome. I hated the drive because I didn't live anywhere near San Bernardino, but it was awesome. I know some people slept in the church because they didn't want to drive back to LA.
That's crazy.
Like they slept in the snack area, I remember. And so yeah, that's what we did. And after that, we started to get into production more, and I obviously spearheaded that while Champ ran the event back when it was Justin TV, not Twitch TV.
Yeah, so. I actually remember that because Justin TV was like, it was a really weird thing to find on the internet, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, This is kind of cool, but this is not YouTube. So I remember at the time YouTube was gaining traction, and everyone's like, oh, I remember MySpace videos were a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you'd go, what was the video I saw on MySpace? The David Blaine, the Street Magic. Did you ever see those?
Yeah,
oh my god,
that's the greatest, dude.
Those are
Cheez-Its everywhere.
Yeah, dude. I thought it was okay. You should make that an emote. Just an idea.
Cheez-Its. Nah, nobody will get it. It's too much of an obscure reference, but
yeah. But it was I remember it was pretty cool. Those MySpace videos, and I remember somebody posted a live feed of years later. It was like on YouTube, and I came across it, and someone like leaked like literally the entire game of Resident Evil 5. And I remember I was so mad.
There was huge leaks everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like the internet back then was literally like lawless almost.
Yeah.
It was nuts. It was crazy.
It was a crazy time. But see, that's a crazy time. See, we all live in crazy times. I think it's crazy that I had no idea you guys had that much history doing mango juice over at all, as in technically in an official 2GG event. Because I remember.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it wasn't technically like we didn't call ourselves 2GG back then, and then after the fact, we were like, we should probably like give ourselves a name. We should probably start advertising ourselves as like one entity type thing, just to make it easier for people to find us.
Yeah.
Because you have to remember, this was before, like you said, this was during MySpace. There was no this was like our main forms of communication were like Smashboards and MySpace. Like that was it. There was no Facebook. There's no Craigslist. There's no like none of this stuff. There's no Twitter.
There's no Smash.gg at all.
There's no Smash.gg. Like All Is Brawl hasn't even been invented yet. So yeah, man, there was nothing. It was really hard. It was literally all word of mouth. And then once All Is Brawl came out, or I think maybe even like the year before that, we were hosting other FGC games too. So we would do like Street Fighter. We would do all that, Marvel, and we for a while like we were getting a good amount of people. Right. Even to the point, like, we were even hosting events in, like, the parking lot of like, a game store. It was nuts at, like, night. Like, 8 p.m. it starts, and we'd wrap up around midnight. And, like, we would get, like, over 100 people every week. It was nuts.
That's crazy.
With, like, like I said, with no social media. Like, it was crazy.
That's crazy for me because I remember growing up as a kid, I didn't get to that hardcore. Well, we talked about this, right, as we go on to move from more Smash topics to, you know, real world topics. I wasn't really aware of many tournaments in my time. Like what I had was just word of mouth, and to me, I thought it was tough shit. I thought I was like the greatest Marth main in Brawl. I really was, dude. I was like, dude, I am the greatest Marth main in Brawl.
I mean, it still happens if you think about it. Like, you know, you're the best in the group, you're the best in your neighborhood or whatever, and you go to an event and you get smacked. But back then, it happened much more often because you had nothing to compare yourself against. Like you said, YouTube's barely starting off, and there's very obscure video here and there, and you don't know how good they actually are. And you're like, oh, I can beat the show up, and you just get destroyed.
Yeah.
So, but nowadays, I mean, it can still happen, but you kind of have a better understanding of your skill level because of online play and because you can reference videos and whatnot. So
yeah. And for me, my first tournament was like one of those library tournaments, and you go to one of those, and they're kind of cool. And I remember I actually ended up getting second. And that's when I found out what chain grabbing was from Falco, and then I was like, Brawl is not a game for me anymore.
Yeah. I played Donkey Kong, so you can't talk to me. Like, people would counterpick me. People would, like, not use their main character, and they would just go DDD against me. And then infinite me.
That's why did you live that life?
I don't want to name drop any names, but, you know.
It's probably Champ, huh? Champ used to mean Fox.
No, it wasn't Champ. He currently plays Melee right now. He's active.
I was about to say it was probably Champ. I feel like it might have been Champ. He would have been like, Jmex, you want to get these hands?
Champ wouldn't do that. We have old videos on from Brawl on YouTube. I think one of those called when Jmex is actually trying, and I kill him off like I forgot which one it was. Like the stage flips. It's like a Metroid stage, and it's like got that monster dude in the back.
Oh, I think it's the one with Kraid. Yeah. Where he like smacks it and it turns around, right? Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, and then so like I think it's called like Jmex actually trying, and I timed it so that I grabbed him down through him, and as it turned around, I killed him like at 10% from the top.
That's grinding, man. I would have been so. What the heck just happened over there?
You know, it's Santa Monica, dude. You got homeless guys throwing up in front of me with their pants down.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
I'm not kidding.
But I think my first time ever experiencing anything competitive was like this 2v2 library tournament I went to when I was in high school. And I remember it was for Halo 3. And I remember it was me and my buddy, and we all went. And this thing was packed with like so many kids, dude. It was packed. And it was like 2v2. And there was like 100 and like something people there. And that thing ran until like, I think the library closed. So they had to move the event all the way to some guy's garage, which was like 30 minutes away, and we all had to walk over there.
That's a typical Brawl event, yep. So like a big reason why we started 2GG and why we started hosting events is because of that. Like Champ, and I guess I mean Champ is like the logistics mastermind. Like we would discuss and be like, it doesn't make sense why there's 80-man locals finishing in like 10 hours. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah. So, you know, we were like, we can improve this and we can make it better. So we formed 2GG and we did it. Yeah. That's what we did.
I was amazed too, because my first time attending an event, my friend brought me, and this was over at the old VSA venue, and I remember we went, and I just remember like, oh, how can you run like a 400-man like major in like one day, and I thought it was crazy. I was like, this is dumb. It's not gonna work. I was like, it'll probably end at like 3 a.m. Nah, dude, it was done by at least 11, and I was like, what?
And that was with side event.
Yeah, that was 2 side events and dubs. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is weird.
And ceremonies and commercial breaks and whatnot. Like, yeah, if we ran it bare bones, like how we ran our weeklies, like we ran our big events, like our monthlies, we can finish by 8 p.m. Start at 12, maybe 11, finish by 8. 400-man tournament.
Yeah. I thought it was, I think to the shortest one I went to, like, you guys ended at like 9:30, and I was like, damn, dude, there's enough time to go home, watch 2
You can go home, dude. Yeah, you can go. You can go home. Dude, like if you come to a 2G event, you can go to the event, go to Cane's, whatever the hell you want to do, hang out, and still get home by midnight. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy.
And like the thing is, it's a very underwhelming selling point. But until you experience it for yourself, you're like, damn, why isn't every tournament like this?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely, dude. I remember we talked about it several times when you're running stream. If you guys don't know, Jmex runs streams alongside his pupil, War Chief. And yeah, I'm usually there right behind the scenes with you guys. So you guys are like, oh yeah, I remember. And my favorite thing is the fact that you two always met each other, and you're like, oh, this will be done at 9. And then War Chief's like, nah, man, at 10 o'clock. And then it's like 9:30 and it's done. He's like, what'd I tell you?
Yeah.
Well, it's 9, and you tell him like, "What I tell you?" Bro?
We know, like, dude, we've been. Well, I mean, he hasn't streamed as long as I have, but he has a good understanding of it now.
Yeah.
That's a terrible camera angle. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay. Like we side bet. We're like, okay, who are the 2 people playing? Okay, what are the characters? All right, this is gonna go into. This is getting a reset in grand finals. Like, we already know. Okay, each match is gonna last approximately 6 minutes. Like, we already know. So, like, when people are like, oh, man, it's going to be done in, like, 20 minutes, like, no, dude, we're in here for a good hour. Grand final reset between Sonic and some other character, hour. Yeah.
I remember at SCR, you guys called it, like, even Cham called it, like, elegant thing the whole thing.
Yeah.
This won't go that far. And I was like, what?
Once you've seen, like, I mean, like, I'm not saying this, like, bashing player or anything, but, like, once you've seen a couple of events, you kind of have a feel of when it's going to end or who's going to end.
That's pretty true. Moving forward, let's talk about you. So obviously, you know, am I allowed to, like, ask you your age? Are you gonna give me your real age, or am I gonna get like a fake age?
Nah, I'm gonna give you a fake age. I'm 31.
All right, so you're 31. What? I thought you were younger.
Good. I'm glad.
All right, so you're 31 years old. Did you ever picture your life where you are today?
Nope.
Nope, not at all. Like, because that's crazy, right? Because you got, you know, running 2DG and doing all these events, and then your job and all this together. Where did you see yourself originally, to where do you see yourself now? In
relation, well, I guess
altogether.
Are you asking about? Okay, so I mean, I went to school for game art design. A lot of people that I know did that too. That didn't work out. Like, once you realize how much money you make, and the amount of skill and dedication it takes to make that much money, you're like, I'm gonna do something else. So unless you're like just super passionate, obviously. But like, I'm not trying to live with my parents when I'm like over 30. Like, I'm trying to do my own thing. So I essentially switched professions, unintentionally, because of my degree or my like career choice early on. And yeah, man. So like, it's been pretty legit so far. I do quality assurance, software quality assurance, and just been doing TGG on the side, basically. Like, it's never been Champ and I's full-time gig ever. Like, when we say, oh, like, we don't make any money from this, or like, we don't take any money from this. Like, obviously we make money, but we don't take the money from the earnings. Like, legit, every time we have an event, you know, headphones break, dude, that's $200. Like, we need a new mixer, that's $250. Like, if we need a monitor, that's $250. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's happened.
Yeah, dude, I know.
Like, Nate and I will set up stream, and we're like, oh, this headphone's broken. Okay, well, you know, let's see if we can salvage it. Nope. All right, well, I got to Amazon Prime it 1 day shipping. That's $250 or whatever. Like it's so literally everything that we make, aside from obviously like treating the team out to like a dinner here and there, you know, we don't touch it.
Yeah,
it goes right back into the community. And
it's a pretty good ecosystem you guys have going on, right? Because the money moves in and out under a certain flow to help the community out overall.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we're able to do the 2G grants. That's how we're able to do collaboration with other events where, you know, we'll fly them out to their event or fly their players out to our events, you know, so on and so forth. Like all the money that we make hosting events, streaming and whatnot, like in some way, shape or form, it goes back into the community.
Right.
Like you know, Champ and I are fortunate enough where we don't need to touch that money, and we just live off of like what we actually do as our day job. And then, you know, 2 or 3 days out of the week, we go do 2GG related events because we have our like 3 weeklies now, which is kind of ridiculous. We have our 3 weeklies and like our monthly.
Soon to be 4. From
Who said that?
That? Come on, man. I saw that tweet. It was like, oh, do you guys like Thursdays?
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
That's cool. I just said, you know, Twitter is a whole different game.
Yeah, Twitter. But yeah, I mean, so that's, I mean, you know, I like me myself, like I'll go to work, my commute is terrible. I do like an hour and a half commute every day each way. So that's 3 hours out of my day just gone. And then, you know, I'm like 1 or 2 days a week, I'm going to some type of CG event. Hat obviously is like one of them. Sometimes I'll go to a MSM or Wednesday Night Fight.
Yeah.
And then obviously I'm still doing other things, logistical, business related things, managing YouTube, which we're always behind on videos. And yeah, so make sure the team's all right, making sure, you know, their life in general is okay, because obviously the well-being of our team members is pretty important to us. Like, you know,
right.
We're not just quote unquote their boss. You know, we try to just treat them as humans and just make sure they're all right. But yeah, man. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I see it for me in my shoes. It's kind of like a double life. On one side, I just live my life as like a bartender, as a college student, and all that. But on the other side, I'm like this caster who does all these other commentary events. So it's kind of surreal to myself when I have to tell people, like, you kind of live like two lives. One life is very much more professional than the other, and you're on screen. And then your other life is behind the scenes doing your actual real life stuff. So to hear it that it's the same aspect for, you know, members and owners of organizations is pretty assuring.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that it's tough though, man. Like still trying to hang out with friends, getting to work, trying to manage CGG, family time. Yeah, I'm married, so it's like all this. I have to somehow manage all this time, and I think that's much more difficult, at least for me. Excuse me, than any like 2GG related thing or work related thing. Like just time management is like extremely important, and I feel like I'm still getting better at it, but you know, everything comes with time, I guess.
Yeah, that is very true. That's the one thing I like is, I guess, getting to learn all of it. I always tell people I haven't hung out with any of my friends. Overall, I've only hung out with my friends, like, the last time I hung out with a genuine friend, just myself, was like January. That was the last time I actually like formally hung out with someone since I just started. And I was like, it's crazy. And I tell people sometimes that you just don't have the time. Yeah,
man. Like, on a typical day for me, I wake up. I mean, I try to wake up at 7, but let's be real, I hit the snooze button like 3 times. I'm actually getting up at 8. Yeah, I'm getting up at 8, shower, get ready, whatever. Catch the train or drive, whatever it is, to work. At work by like 10:30. There for till like 6:30. Go to work. It's like 8 p.m. by that time, and then go home. You know, leave work and go home. It's 8 p.m. at that time, and then I'm like trying to get some dinner with the wife, trying to unwind, but still catching up on emails, TGG stuff, whatever, personal things. Tough.
Yeah.
People think, you know, people assume like, oh, you know, 2GG is like this huge thing. It must be so easy, whatever. Like, It's not that easy.
Yeah. I feel like, not to put it down or anything, but like I feel like when I have to explain it to people, when I have to explain it to my roommate, when I have to explain it to my friends, it's very much a part of my life as I am of it, and I feel that it's very 100% with you. I feel that's how it is. It's very much a part of your life as you are a part of it. The effort you put in is with the effort you get out of it, and I feel like that's how it is in transparency, right? I don't know if that's the best way to word it, but
yeah.
But aside from that, moving on to I thought that was my apartment. I was like, whoa, are there cops around? But no, it's all good.
No, man, dude, I'm telling you, dude, like, okay, this is like one thing I do want to say. Like, people think Santa Monica is like this glorious place. Like, it definitely is not. Dude.
No,
like,
no.
You walk down the street, you see poop, and you don't know if it's from a human or a dog. Like, every other corner smells like piss. You got homeless people punching trees and yelling at the wall. Like, it's kind of terrifying.
It's the same experience I had like a few years back when I went to San Francisco. Everybody has like this golden thing, like, dude, San Francisco is like this golden city. I was like, nah, dude, there's poop on that floor, and I bet you that's a pretty good money that like it's either human or dog. And if it's something else, I wouldn't be surprised.
How do I do this? Like that dude that I said that threw up earlier, like that's vomit. That came out of his mouth.
That's beautiful. That's disgusting, but it's also.
I had to show you. I
can see it. Everybody will see it. Everyone's gonna be like, "All right, there's a splotch on the floor. It ain't pretty, but it's there."
Your title can be like, I don't know, whatever the series is called, and then talks about 2GG, Santa Monica vomit, and whatever else you want to call it.
Actually, I told you.
As possible.
I told you if you ever play Fortnite, you should name the stream "Millennial Man Plays Children's Game for Views."
Oh yeah. I'm gonna probably stream this weekend, so that's the plan.
Yeah, I'll invite me. I'm free. I'm free tomorrow. Today, I was recording as of today, of course.
I'm actually gonna. I guess this is like a small plug, but knowing myself, I'm way too. What's the word? Not lazy, it's the other one. I procrastinate way too hard. I mean, that is laziness, but
procrastination is the number one the number one weakness of all college students, bro.
Dude, I haven't been in college in like 10 years. I haven't been in college in 10 years, and I'm still a lazy mother effer, but I'm trying not to cuss on your
you're
show.
Good. You're good. I can.
Because I cuss, dude. I cuss like a sailor. But, so, like, I started this this new thing called Untitled Esports. I think I talked to you a little bit, like, a while back.
Yeah.
Like, I've been thinking about doing this literally since the beginning of the year, and I haven't done anything. But, like, I've acquired all the socials and the email and everything. I just got to do it and create content. But, basically, I'm going to be streaming under that, like, as my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because I don't want to stream it on a TGG because, I mean, it's associated with Smash specifically, and I love Smash, but that's not the only thing I play. So, right now Season 6 is out for Fortnite, so that's what I'm going to be grinding. I'm playing Clash Royale, which nobody cares about anymore, but I love the game a lot, so I'm going to be streaming that. But yeah, dude, Untitled Esports. The ultimate goal is like, I want it to be how Machinima used to be.
Oh,
like back when it was great. So like if you're an aspiring content creator, whatever, upload a video to our channel, and hopefully it'll become like a community hub type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want to get started to stream or whatever, you can funnel views from the Untitled Esports stream, and people can stream on that channel, and then they essentially they can stream on there, for example, like on a Wednesday, and then you can catch them if you like them on their own stream on, I don't know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday type thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's a cool thing. I haven't really seen that happen too much from like current standards, because I feel like that's an untapped market opportunity.
Yeah. It really much is. Speaking of other games you like, I like how me, you, and Javi at Hat, we bonded over our mutual love for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2. You have to be specific.
I was finishing it up, man. Call of Duty. I was going slow.
With the amount of stupid stuff that you were able to do, and care package glitches and the Kimbo vectors and commando and the care package running glitch, dude. Like that game, hands down, the best Call of Duty game ever created. If they were to, so Javi was saying that they don't have the license or something for the.
Yeah. So, to give background for anybody, when they had that whole lawsuit, you guys can tweet at me and tell me if I was wrong or not. At Vance_XE. They had the whole lawsuit issue with Vince Impella. He designed apparently the engine in the game that allowed you to hear.
Best. Dude, oh my God. Best Call of Duty engine.
He designed the engine, so you know how like you can hear the footsteps on like the different types of materials, and then you can hear like when you shoot behind a wall or a metal plate. He designed that, so for that purpose alone, a lot of people are saying like that's the reason why they can't do multiplayer.
The sound in that game has not been like replicated in any Call of Duty game after that, in my opinion. The hit detection. 100% has not been replicated to be as accurate as that game for any Call of Duty, because that game literally like depended on the distance of you and the enemy, and like you have to shoot slightly in front or you can shoot directly at the body, and then like every single gun sounded completely different. It's not all this super metallic sounding guns like they have in Black Ops now. Like every gun sounds the same.
They sound like I hated Black Ops 2 specifically because I remember the meta of that game was silencers. Everybody had a silencer. And it was, dude, they sounded like I was shooting BB guns.
Yeah, I hated it.
I loved it, but at one point it was so cringeworthy because I was like, I want my gun to sound like a gun.
I think I tried the one after Ghosts, Call of Duty Ghosts. I tried the one, I forgot which one it was, but I tried the one after that. When they introduced jetpacks, I was done.
Oh, okay.
I was done. Because I'm like, dude, you guys don't even hunker down and try to like fix your hit detection, try to make like the guns more personalized, like not in like a skin sense because they have that, but like I said, like it just every gun sounded different, every gun felt different, like there was a unique purpose for every single gun, and like instead of trying to fix that and make the game better, they're just adding extra crap just because they're like, oh, I feel like we need to, you know. Now they're going the battle royale route, and it's like they're just cashing in on the new hotness.
Which I will openly admit, I didn't get to play it at SCR. I was at hold on, rephrase that. I didn't get to play it because I was at SCR at the time. I remember they just had it up during that weekend. And everybody was telling me, like, dude, you need to play it, you need to play it, you need to play it. And I was like, dude, I'm just trying to play Street Fighter 5 with a 12-year-old and get my ass whooped, bro. I walked into a setup, played friendlies with this 12-year-old kid, and I got whooped for 20 games straight. Was I upset? No, I actually had a lot of fun. I really did. I had so much fun.
I haven't played Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4. It's been a long time.
I used to play Third Strike a lot. But I didn't get to play the Royale mode, but Xenos, he told me it was pretty fun, you know. So I had a lot of people tell me like it's actually really fun.
I heard a lot of good things about it. Yeah.
So I'm excited for it. I want to jump back into it. You know, I love Call of Duty. That was a game series that like you said, all the guns sounded so satisfying. I remember the number one gun everybody used to walk around with was like the Intervention. And that was the go-to gun.
It almost sounded like a whiplash, with a whip. You're just like that's what it sounded like.
And it's so satisfying.
Yeah, it was legit, man. When you got hit markers, like it was just great. It's a great game.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So I don't know if you want to talk about it. It's only up to you. You told me you met a special someone playing that game.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you want to talk about it? All right, cool.
No.
We'll skip.
No.
It's cool.
the people that know me know about the story.
All right, so if you know Jmex, you know the story. Moving forward to that, so you like other games like that. You like your Call of Duty, you like your Royale, your Clash Royale.
The only games I play right now, like literally like at least once every couple of days. I play Clash Royale every day because it's a mobile game. It's easy to play and pick up. Right. Fortnite, like the last season, I barely made tier 100 on the battle pass, but like this season, it just started yesterday, so I'm gonna be playing that. I'm gonna grind that hard.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try to do that. I I haven't been able to because of school and work and all these other stuff I gotta do.
Yep.
So I usually just like that's all. I hear all these little kids come to my restaurant before we start serving drinks, and then they always go like, "Oh yeah, I just hit 100 yesterday," and I was like, "Yo, bro, I'm level 15. I haven't even gotten anywhere."
Yeah.
You run out of time as you get older.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's the thing, man. You're like, it's funny because when you're in high school or whatever, middle school, even college, you're like, yeah, I'm going to be done with school. Like, I'm going to have all the time in the world. And then guess what?
No.
You actually have less time.
Yeah, that's true, dude. I remember that I had that exact same mentality. I even told myself, like, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to buy all these games, and which I did. But I just remember, like, dude, I don't even have time.
Yeah.
I don't.
I have so many games. Like, my wife, like, fiance at the time, like, I love Dead Space. Like, one of my favorite first, like, single-player games ever. And I played one, great. I played it like 3 times over.
Yeah.
She bought me 2 and 3. I never played them. I just never had the time.
Oh, damn.
Never had the time. So that's why I love Twitch, because I can live vicariously through other people and watch the game.
That's what I do, man. Whenever I see somebody buy all those loot boxes, I was like, oh,
yeah.
thanks for spending the money for me.
Yeah.
I don't got that money, but, you know, good to know.
There's an old dude that parked. Oh, my God. I'm going to show you this. There's a crazy dude across the street over there. See him? I don't know if you can see him.
Yeah, I can see him.
Like, this is every day, man. Every day.
My friend likes to call it a Florida man. He usually likes to call it Florida man.
Florida man. There's a lot of Florida people here then.
So he always calls it that. Moving topics. What kind of this is the one I actually wanted to ask you, but of course, if you didn't know, you were in a hat this past week, and I helped out run.
No, yeah, it was my mom's birthday, so I couldn't go.
Yeah, no, that's all right, dude. I felt honored, but also I was like slightly nervous to like run all of hat. You know,
yeah, I had to work till like 8 something, and then I went to my parents' house, and then I went home. Like when you messaged me like, oh, we're done. Yeah. I had got home like 10 minutes before that.
Damn.
Like there was just no way I was gonna be able to go to hat.
I'm not gonna lie though, you picked the right hat to miss.
Like, yeah, dude.
15
like
entrance.
The easiest hat.
Yeah,
easiest hat you can do.
I was about to say like 15 entrance. I don't know where everyone is, but clearly there's something's up. But, so what kind of music do you like? That was gonna be my question. You know, I personally, for me, I'm a pretty big hipster. Most people who know me like
I thought you were too, but I didn't want to say it.
Oh, come on. It's out there. It's pretty out there. I like the Strokes, you know, the Arctic Monkeys. Been to a few shows. I've listened to like the Tijuana Panthers and all these indie bands. But I'm curious as to what music do you like? What music do you listen to? What's your go-to? Because sometimes I see you walking in a hat and you're jamming out to something. I don't know what that is, but that's always my curiosity.
So like I don't honestly like I like everything. I like everything, and I used to say I like everything but country, but now some country is okay. But I feel like honestly, like a lot of music is just lending different genres into different other style of music.
Right.
Like I read this article and I completely agree with it. Like rap nowadays is nothing like rap how it used to be like 20 years ago, 10 years ago. And a lot of it is because it's a lot like pop now. Like rap is a lot like pop. Like they get a lot of influence from pop, like a lot of percussion instruments and whatever. But like if you listen to like rap nowadays, dude, like half the times they're singing. And like 10 years ago, if you were singing on rap, like you would be dissed like hard. You get diss strikes on you. Like, but now it's it's completely different. So like honestly, I listen to everything. Country's okay, it's whatever. But lately, I stay on SoundCloud. I listen to like I guess it's called chill hop. Mm-hmm. So I listen to that a lot. But I'll just if I like a song, I'll like it and check out their other stuff and recommendations and blah blah blah. So like I'm not listening to anything in particular.
Yeah.
It's more of like a certain I guess type of style or genre, which is like I guess chill hop or whatever.
Yeah.
And then from that, I'll look around and I'll see other kind of artists and whatnot. Like my favorite dude right now is like Flamingoses. That dude is like all his music is great.
Who is it?
Flamingoses.
Okay.
Yeah, Flamingoses. It's literally flamingo.
Okay.
Sis. at the end.
Okay.
SIX.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check that out.
Like the best music you can listen to walk. Like if
Oh,
you're just
okay.
walking and you just feel like a boss, dude. It's just I don't know. It's such an obscure
The
reason
confidence boost when you walk. Is that it?
It's such an obscure reason to like recommend someone, but
Yeah.
like in the old school cartoons when like the dude's like puffing out his chest and he's like swinging his arms, whatever, he's all like hot-ish.
Yeah.
Like that's how you feel when you listen to his music and you're just walking down the street.
I like to have that feeling. Whenever I do, I got the extra skip in my step. Like, damn, I feel like a badass.
Like I want to walk to the beat of the music because I feel that good.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Do you have a specific artist you listen to? Like someone?
Yeah, that's the dude. Flamingosis. Okay. Yeah, that's the artist. Yeah, he samples a lot of stuff and it's like kind of like mixes and stuff. But yeah, I like his stuff a lot. It's on SoundCloud.com/Flamingosis.
All right. I'll give it a check out. I usually listen to all my music on Spotify.
He's on Spotify too, but like he doesn't post on there as regularly. Like so like the thing about Spotify is you can quote unquote retweet music.
Yeah.
So like I'll get a lot of things that he likes, obviously, because he retweeted it. So like I'll listen to that stuff. So that's why I prefer SoundCloud over Spotify, only because of that feature.
Right. So
I don't know if SoundCloud. I mean, I don't know if Spotify has that feature or not, but
kinda. I feel like from what I remember, like a lot of people post it on SoundCloud first, and that's usually like the first demo run of the song, and then the full release gets on Spotify like a week later or so.
That's what I do too. So like to stay up to date, I'll be on SoundCloud, but then once his whole album is done or whatever, then I'll like favorite it on Spotify so I don't lose it.
Yeah. So moving forward, that's pretty good. I mean, a lot of people listen to different kind of music. I'm usually like bouncing back and forth between 80s and whatever. Chill hop is like, actually, did you ever see Strides' shirt? He's got a shirt that legit says lo-fi chill hip hop beats to like study and listen to. He's got a whole shirt. That was a good shirt.
It's great. Yeah. No, I mean I listen. Like I said, I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to classic rock a lot. Like I was named after Jim Morrison from The Doors, so like I listen to all that genre.
Okay, I didn't know idea. I thought your name was James, but Jim Morrison is his full name. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's James. Yeah.
I had no idea. Oh, so your dad was a huge Doors fan. I had no idea.
He's classic rock, dude. Like he has literally like vinyls as tall as me. Like I'm not kidding.
Just stacks.
He just has stacks. He has like Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, like Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam's like 90s, but
yeah. So that's pretty cool. So you grew up with a lot of 80s music.
Yeah. Grew up classic rock, 70s, 80s. Yeah.
That was the same way. Do you have any siblings?
Yep. I have one sister.
One sister. Is she older than you or younger than you?
No, she's younger.
Oh, she's younger. All right. So she's got an older brother to look up to.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I grew up as a single child, so I mostly listened to whatever 80s music. So it was kind of like 80s pop, stuff my mom would listen to that she passed on to me.
Okay.
I don't want to go ahead and give you the whole like sad like I didn't grow up with my dad kind of story, but like my mom was my dad. My mom was like, I'm filling these shoes. So I grew up with a lot of 80s music, a lot of 80s movies.
For sure.
That was me. Like I tell people, like one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But like my favorite movie of all time is actually Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like I've rewatched that movie. I have no idea how many times.
I think I've seen it once. I haven't seen it again, but I heard, from what I remember, it was good.
Yeah, it's hands down one of like my favorite movies of all time. Which leads me to ask you, like, what's the movie that you enjoy watching? Like if you go back to it, like for me, like whenever I watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, I feel like a kid again. Like this little 12-year-old boy that I used to be, which wasn't so long ago.
That movie is Hook.
Oh damn, that is a great one.
That's my movie.
That's a great movie.
If I want to feel like a kid and the world is magical and you can do anything, Hook. Up there with Hook is probably like Back to the Future, a Goofy movie, the original. And there's a few more I just can't think of right now.
Damn, now I remember I told my roommate that I love Hook and she doesn't like it, which is weird because she's a huge Disney princess.
The OST is amazing. Like it's just a great movie. It's great. Yeah.
The premise of that whole movie is actually really smart, really original.
If anything, it relates to me. It'll relate to older people more than as if you were watching it as a kid, because that's literally the premise of it. It's like you forget all about your childhood. You forget all about like all these little things, whatever, and you're an adult. But it's a good movie, dude. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
It had a great cast. Come on, Robin Williams, rest in peace. You know, I grew up watching like so many Robin Williams movies that I always tell people like it had a great cast. I'm looking it up because I totally just forgot it. But like, I remember it was like Dustin Hoffman. He plays Captain Hook. Julia Roberts.
Yep.
Like you got Robin Williams as Peter Pan. Come on, it's a pretty Bob Hoskins. Glenn Close. Come on, that's a great cast right there.
It's a solid movie, 100%. Like I watched it in a couple of years. I still get like the feels. I still get tingles. Like it's a great movie. Just the music alone. Like sometimes I'll just listen to the OST because it's so good.
I listen to the OST of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's hands down one of my favorites. I think that movie is hands down like the greatest '80s movie of all time. Like by far. Like I put it over Star Wars, and it's always kind of weird that people talk like over Star Wars. It's like because I felt that movie was like the perfect interpretation of like what it meant to be cool, hip, and suave in the 80s. Yeah. And I remember like that's who I idolized that character, Indiana Jones, and that was like how I grew up. I looked up to like that one character. And I actually wanted to be an archaeologist because of Indiana Jones. That was my first choice. And then
when a movie can inspire you like that, like you know, it's a good movie. At least to you, it's like an important movie. You know?
Yeah. I wouldn't dream of flying, but it's pretty. That's a hook joke. But anyways, I don't know. I like that movie a lot. It was a pretty good movie. Moving forward, you and I have a mutual love of beer, so I'm curious to ask you.
Yeah.
What the first thing you told me that made me happy was you actually don't like IPAs.
I hate IPAs.
Dude, thank you. See, for all you listening out there, if I wanted to drink a pine cone, I'd go drink a pine cone. But I'm not gonna drink an IPA.
The thing with me, I'm not saying IPAs are bad. I'm just saying I don't like IPAs. And for me, the same philosophy applies to IPAs as I apply it to hot sauce. Because like at a certain point, you're not eating it for the flavor. You're eating it because it's spicy.
Right.
Same for IPAs. Like at a certain point, you're not drinking it for the flavor. You're drinking it because it's strong as fuck. Sorry, I just cussed. Damn, I messed up.
No, you're good.
Anyway,
you're good. You're good.
So
man.
like,
It's one.
I use the same like analogy, like because it's like yeah, I like strong beers, whatever. Yeah, like you know, if the IPA is there, I'll drink it. I won't enjoy it as much as like I said, like a Great White or what's the other beer I really like? Like Hefeweizens, like in general, like I really like Hefeweizens, but like I drink for the flavor.
Yeah.
So like if I want to get drunk,
I'm the same.
Yeah, if I want to get drunk, I'm going to drink liquor. So, you know.
That's how I feel people have come to with IPAs nowadays, right? Like everybody, like, what's your strongest? Okay, so I work at a bar. Yeah. My strongest beer happens to be my personal favorite, and I like to sip on a cold glass of it whenever I've accomplished something pretty major, or whenever just as a celebration. My favorite beer is actually Allagash Curio. It's an 11% Tripel. But people look at it at the bar and they immediately ask me, like, what's your highest beer? And I go, oh, it's the Allagash Tripel. And the exact millisecond, the frame that they don't see that it doesn't say IPA, they immediately turn back to asking me, what's your highest IPA? Yep. And then I'm like slightly disappointed. I was like, all right, I lost faith in you now. So I know they just want the highest IPA, which is 9%. But I usually get disappointed. Like, you're just drinking for the higher. Just because it's a higher percent, because you want it, like, no, you're killing yourself that way. You might as well have yourself an Allagash and you'll see the better difference. Yep.
Yeah, people just see the number. They don't actually go for like what goes into it, like how the brewing process is, how, like, what ingredients it is. Like they just see percentage number, and they're like, oh, I don't want that. So
yeah. So yeah, this has been a pretty. Do you still have time, or are you running out of time? I don't know.
I probably got like 2-3 minutes. I gotta rush back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, without anything, let me ask you, what are you looking forward to in the next year, in terms of everything, in terms of yourself, 2GG. What are you looking forward to next year?
I think
That's what I'm curious.
by the end of next year, I'll know if I want to pursue a side esports type thing. Like I said, like I had untitled esports. So like, if I haven't made any content or I haven't done anything, like I know it's not for me. Because if I
Yeah.
really wanted to do it, I would find a way to make time to do it.
Right.
2GG will always be there, obviously. Provided that the community wants it, because literally the only reason we do it is because the community wants it. Like there's
Right.
no other reason. Like if you think about it, there's really no like benefit to us in like a financial sense. Like we can utilize all that time with like family and friends. Like we do it because we love the community. We do it because the community wants us to do it. So if one day the community is like, we don't want to do this anymore, we won't do it.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. We just won't. But I don't see that changing. So, as long as they want it, we'll keep doing it.
And in that sense, I feel like I should thank you guys, because that allowed me to, like a quick origin story. Like I remember watching Evo and looking at the screen and saying, I wish I was up there one day. Like I really told myself I wanted to be up there, right?
Yeah.
And because 2GG exists, because I started finding out that you guys exist, that you guys are doing these events, I started finding ways to grind and better my commentary so that I could be on there. And
Yep.
and in that sense, I became the person on the screen, right? And I feel that the community enjoys that. They want to be the people on the screen. They want to be on X person's, Twitch clip. They want to be part of that. And I feel like it's a giant ecosystem that revolves back and forth.
Yeah. So like one big thing that, I mean, people obviously wouldn't know this, but like every time we get a new member on 2GG, which obviously isn't often, like I tell them from the beginning, like, because we acquire people, or quote unquote acquire, like we ask them to join because they have a particular skill set, they have the time to help, whatever the case may be, and it helps and fits the 2GG. So like with Javi, he's a photographer. With Strides and at the time Bam, like they're commentators. So like we told them from the very, very beginning, like if that's what you guys want to do, like do it. Like use 2GG as the
platform.
The platform to like grow your own self, grow your own like audience, whatever. I'm not saying to grow it and leave, but like just use it to grow yourself. Like use it as a tool to grow yourself. And like I don't ever expect anyone to like join 2GG and like stop everything you're doing. Everything has to be for 2GG. Like I've never said that. I never will. So like because of 2GG, like I feel like Strides' followers have gone up. Javier's impressions have gone up. He's being reached out. Like Nintendo has worked with him.
You're allowed to say that, right? I was like, oh boy.
Like they may or may not have worked with him.
I don't want to get him in trouble or anything, but yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like that's the point.
Yeah.
Because 2GG exists to lift up the Smash community. Like we're not here to make money off of the community. We're not here to instill our ideals, unless they're positive, obviously. But like we're here literally to better the community, raise it up, create more. Thanks, motorcycle. Create more exposure, more awareness, more attention, more positive awareness, more positive attention to it. Because at the end of the day, like we're not the only esports out here. We're not the only competitive game.
Right.
And without like community leaders and without the impressions and the numbers, at the end of the day, yeah, like I don't want to look at it as a numbers game, but like numbers do speak volume. And our
show
goal,
up to
obviously,
hat, guys.
Like,
show up to hat.
I mean, like, yeah, the weeklies are good, but the weeklies, in my opinion, are more of like for the players that are like dedicated. Like, I have this new tech I want to grind, and I don't want to risk it at a regional or a major. Like,
right.
That's what the weeklies are for. So, I mean, like I said, we're just here to make sure Smash gets the limelight it deserves, whether that comes from or because of 2G, VGBC, like whoever. that's what we're here for. So.
Yeah, and that's in my way to thank you guys. Like I said, like I feel like it's been a platform for me. You know, I've had people reach out to me before, and I thought it was an interesting. Like I'm still new to it, so I usually come up to you whenever anybody reaches out to me because it's still new to me. It's very foreign, but it feels amazing that something I do in turn gives me back credit, and I get reached out for it because of you guys, because of your existence. Damn, somebody just had to ring. Oh, that was an alarm. I was like, come on, man.
It wasn't an alarm. It wasn't an alarm.
Any closing statements you want to make before we wrap up this interview? Of course, if you guys don't know, this is Off the Record, where we just talk about things that are off the record and we bring them to the record. And oh my God, does this name sound redundant already? But if it has to change, I will change it with time.
Make sure you have a dope intro. Somebody make an intro for you. Like
I mean, for the first, I already have.
Just have a record scratching, like a little music, and then it's just off the record, and then it starts.
Yeah. I have like a mock graphic that I just literally made within like the span of 2 seconds.
All right.
That's all I have. But as my content arrives, I will be rolling like for an exclusive, because this is exclusive pretty much. I'm changing the name of the SoCal Smash Talk Show to Talking Smash because I feel like it just captures the broader name of the whole thing in general. Rather than just limiting it to one thing, I felt like it should be about everything as a whole.
Yeah, we actually, what you're doing with that, Kev and I actually wanted to do that a while back. I think PG Stat started doing it, but it was more of it was like a podcast instead of like a video thing. So glad somebody's doing it.
Yeah. So yeah, as time goes on, production and stuff will be bigger, but for the time being, I want to thank you for joining me on the very first, second, third. This will be the first episode. I'm pretty sure. If it's not, it's gonna be weird. But I want to thank you for joining me for the first episode. Honestly, it's a great pleasure to work with you all the time, especially at Hat. Always see you at events. Talk about beer. October is coming. I don't know if you want to share with me a beer every Hat for the month of October. I feel like we should, in celebration of October.
We should at least drink one beer. We have the buy one get one, so we can at least do one beer.
Yeah, so we'll do one beer. Okay, I got an idea. So hopefully on Tuesday or the next time I see you, we'll do that. I have an idea. But anything closing that you wanna say before you go?
No, man. I mean, I hope this series takes off, and I hope more people join the Smash community.
Are you excited for Ultimate, or are you like, damn, this is crazy?
No, I'm excited. I'm gonna grind Wi-Fi, but I'm not really gonna be grinding offline tournaments. I just don't have time. I don't even know if you can hear me because I have one bar. But
no, yeah. We can hear you. We can hear you. You're good.
Cool. Yeah, man. So I'm gonna grind online for sure. We may or may not. Well, the plan is to yes. So we may or may not have
exclusive scoop.
Sub tournaments starting up again. So for 2GG Twitch subs, and yeah, but I'm excited.
All right. Well, I'll wrap it up. I'll let you go to work because I feel like you had to go to work maybe 10 minutes ago, and I've been keeping you here.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Thank you, Jmex, so much for joining me. Wow, your face saw something really weird, huh? Didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you in an alleyway, or are you like?
I'm in an alley now. Yes.
Oh damn! All right, cool. Let
me show you this. People sleep here, man. There's a MedMen bag.
Oh,
there's
damn.
a toothpaste. I think that's soap. I hope that's soap.
I hope that's soap too, man. I really hope it is.
All right.
All right, man. Thank you so much for joining me, Jmex. We will let you go. And until next time, this has been Off the Record.
Peace.
Peace.